right, well, while people are jumping on, I'll just like let you know a little bit about things that you might want to have with you at your mat. Um, okay, so a blanket or a bolster, or if you have both. If you don't have like a good blanket, you could always just bring any couch blanket or a towel. You want to just fold it in a way, get it nice and smoothed out so that it could be support underneath you, or a place to sit up. So I'm gonna do my blanket right in the middle. You'll also see I do have two mats set up. That's just because I'm still trying to figure out filming classes and where to be and how to position myself. So just one mat is obviously fine. Blanket is great. Bolster if you have one. And then if you have yoga blocks at home, awesome. I'm gonna have two of them by my mat today. If you don't have yoga blocks, most of us have stocked up on canned goods. So maybe you grab like a large can of tomatoes or something to support underneath your hands, just bringing the earth up to you when you get into some challenging poses. I also have a tissue here. We're going to do some breathing, nostril breathing. So good to just kind of have a tissue so you can clear the nostrils. And then I have also a notebook. I do have some notes for class, but I also would recommend, we're just in a weird time, and so I think it's always good, there's lots of de-stressing techniques, and yoga is definitely one of them, breathing exercise is one of them, but sometimes just jotting some things down, especially after a yoga class, sometimes things come up. So you might want to have that nearby. Maybe a glass of water. Okay, I don't want to prolong this too much and try and stick with the time, and see how this goes. So let's start this morning in a seat, up on the blanket, or if you have a bolster and a blanket, come to a seat. These props are really so that your hips can come up above your knees. And when I come to the seat, I always like to take a few minutes to wiggle to the left and wiggle to the right. Maybe come forward with the chest as you pull the shoulders back. Exhale, scoop and round the chest. And then just any other movements so you can get the wiggles out and come into your seat. Thank you everybody for being here. I can't really see too much of who's on, but thank you. This is all very new, so I appreciate you being here. Take a nice deep full breath in through the nose. Pause at the top. Open your mouth and let it go. Again, deep full breath in. And deep full breath out. One more. And when I say deep full breath, you might want to consider counting to 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Just taking a moment to settle in here. And I'd like to offer you just a little bit of intention this morning to practice. Friday night was the spring equinox. Spring equinox is a time in which the hemispheres are in balance. Therefore, sort of bringing a sense of balance and harmony into today's practice. So we'll do a little bit of standing, but balance also, the spring equinox, springtime, is also a time of rebirth, renewal, detoxifying impurities, and like I said, coming into balance. So we'll work a little bit today with detoxifying in twisting. We'll work a little bit in standing poses for balance. And as always, breath work to calm the nervous system. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And just gently blink the eyes open. And the first exercise is going to be a breathing exercise, pranayama, to get you a little bit deeper into calming the nervous system. And it's a balancing breath of the right channel of the body and the left. So you're going to take your right hand, and I'm not going to be able to mirror in class today because I think it just gets too complicated. So I will be doing the same side of the practice as you are. So we're going to start with the right hand. Your first 2 fingers, your peace fingers, are going to rest on the temple, on the, your third eye, right in the middle of your forehead. And feel free to give a little bit of pressure. Feel that spot, like, I got this. This is the center of my being. And then we're going to work with the right thumb and the right ring finger. Okay, they're going to hover, thumb over the right nostril, ring finger over the left nostril. Okay, so you're going to take your ring finger, plug the left nostril so it's closed. Again, maybe go back if you didn't clear your nostrils. Get that done. And so closing off your left nostril, take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Ideally, that 4 count or maybe more. Pause at the top. And then close the right nostril. Breathe the air out your left nostril. Okay, breathe in the left nostril now. So keep the thumb where it is. Close the left nostril. Open the right. Exhale the breath out. Okay, so follow the breath in through the right nostril. Close it off. Exhale it out the left. In the left nostril. Close and exit the breath, right nostril. Keep going. Take one more full round. Soften your hand down into your lap. Place the left hand cupped upwards to the sky on top of the right. Breathe in through both of your nostrils. Breathe out through both nostrils. Beautiful. Let's blink the eyes open. Extend the arms to either side of your mat. We're going to keep the right hand planted down as you sweep the left arm up. And you could crawl the right fingertips to the right a little bit, bend the elbow into the waist, and just take a nice gentle stretch, lifting that right arm up. Maybe even bend the left elbow, find it behind your head. Reach the right elbow point, the left elbow point up. Breathe into the left side body. And then we'll sweep the left arm up and take the opposite side. Left hand plants down, right arm sweeps up. Bend at the elbow, place it behind, hand behind the head. Open up the chest a little bit here, maybe gaze under the right armpit. Lengthen the right side body. Sweep the right arm back up. Plant both hands down onto the earth. Lift up through. So there's a bit of a push into the fingertips. You're going to take a gentle stretch, right ear towards the right shoulder. Don't worry about coming all the way down. I don't want you to, you can really get a nice healthy stretch with just a small tilt of right ear to right shoulder. Okay, and then really, really, really slowly you're going to tuck your chin into the chest and really slowly work left ear over towards left shoulder. There's a bit of a push down into your right fingertips as you're stretching the right side of the neck. And then really, really slowly maybe lift the chin to the sky. Opening up the throat. And really carefully bringing this spine, the skull back on top of the spine. Inhale, breathe the arms up overhead. Exhale, extend them nice and wide. And we're going to push through the wrist. So imagine you could press the wrist to the left and the right side of your mat. Okay. And then we're going to spin the wrist down to the earth and flip the fingertips to the earth and push the outside of your wrist to either left and right side of the mat. Turn them inwards, fingertips in, and then all the way up. Extend the arms forward out in front of you and flip fingertips towards the earth. Breathe in as you push the wrist to the front of the room. And then let's just take the left hand, grab a hold, the top of your palm, your fingers, and you're going to give a little push back inward to the body with the right fingertips as the right wrist reaches towards the front of your mat. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Unflip. Continue to cross that right arm over the body, and we'll just take the left arm, bend it, and stretch across. Reach with your right hand to the left side of your mat. Ooh. Okay. Let that go. We'll bring both palms back forward. This time right hand takes a hold of the left. Push into the fingertips. Get a bit of a stretch, pushing the wrist, the inside of your left wrist forward. Take that long, deep 4-count breath in. And exhale it out. Beautiful. Release that. We'll take the left arm across the body as you hug elbows together. Ooh. Reach to the right side of your mat with your left hand. Great, release that. Let's sweep both arms up. Look up, clasp your thumbs together like hooks. Take a deep breath in. And another, we're gonna do a belly breath exercise. So it's a snap of the belly in and a push again through the nostrils, both nostrils, breath out. 20. 10. And release. Extend your arms wide, palms face up, bend at the elbows, and cup with your hands your shoulders. Deep breath in and cleansing breath out. Okay, so really, because so much you can do with your breath to cleanse the body. Yoga, we add the movements on, but one more exercise here, twisting, opening up the spine, right? The motion is left and right. The breath is inhale, inhale, exhale. In, out, in, out, in, out. Close your eyes and just find a rhythm here. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful. Bring the hands out in front of you. We're gonna roll over the ankles and come into a child's pose. So you can certainly keep the blanket with you. I'm gonna take both of my props and just move them off to the side for now. And change position so you can see my shape. So the knees are out a bit wide. Sink your hips back towards your heels. And take a crawl forward. Inhale, the breath, chest lifts, and then exhale, a bit of a surrender down to the mat. Maybe plug the forehead into the mat. The third eye, same spot where you had your 2 fingers for our Nadi Shonda breath, the alternate nostril breathing. Let that third eye be surrendering, connecting down to your mat, allowing you the gift of being present to this next hour and 15 minutes of practice. Take both of your hands and crawl them just a bit to the right side of the mat, maybe even just off the mat. Your left hand is going to come on top of the right. And breathe up the left side of your body, right? Lighting up the rib cage, little spaces between the rib cage, the left armpit. And then exhale, breath down into your left hip. Take one more breath there. And then let's crawl back to the center. Walk left hands to left side of the mat. Come back to center. And then you're going to gaze at your hands. Come on up into your tabletop. So knees come underneath your hips. I always have music in my class, so I'm going to see if we can add that and it all makes sense. Okay, so hands are just underneath your shoulders. Toes are tucked. Roll your heart forward on your inhale, cow shape. Tuck the tops of the toes, pull the belly in, push, cat. Come forward, cow. Exhale, scoop the belly round to cat. Once more, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's center, come to a neutral spine. So back is flat. Your abdomen is pulled in to get the flattening of your back. Left hand is going to center, plant. Right hand sweeps up, inhale. Exhale under the body. Just kind of thread the needle, just gently. Inhale, float up, right hand to the sky. Exhale, thread through. Breathe in, open up. Exhale, thread. One more time, come up, deepest breath in, and then your exhale is going to drop right shoulder down to the earth. Left hand supports you, maybe bend the elbow. Push the earth away. Plant the left hand in the middle of your space to reach your right hand up. And plant the hands down. Right hand centers in the middle of your space. Left hand comes up. Deep breath in. And breathe out. In. And out. In. Open up. Wring the spine out. Next breath in comes all the way up. And breath out goes all the way through. Crawl all the way to the right. Drop the left shoulder. Drop your forehead, your temple down to the mat. Right hand pushes to just get you a little extra twist. Great, let's come back up. Hands in the center of your space. Deep breath in, cow shape. And deep breath out, cat shape. Let's tuck the toes, rock back towards your heels and lift your bum up. Downward facing dog. Come onto the balls of your toes. Exhale the heels down. Inhale on the balls of your toes. Exhale the heels down. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's bend the right knee a lot. And let's also walk the hands about 6 inches or so closer to the feet. So you're just shortening your dog pose here. Get the center of the frame. With the right knee bent, let's take the left hand, maybe find the outer ankle. Whew. And as you push into your right hand, see about drawing the right hip back. Lengthen. Breathe. Wring it out. Left hand comes back. Whew. Bend the left knee. Take the right hand under towards the outer left ankle. And maybe look under your left armpit. Maybe pull the left hip back a little bit. Excellent. Untwist yourself. Downward facing dog. One more breath here. Come up onto the balls of your toes. Bend your knees a lot. Look forward and take a walk forward to the top of your mat. From the top of your mat, find your feet hip width distance. Usually that's 2 fists right between the thumbs. Inhale, come up to a long flat back. And exhale to fold. Deep breath in, long flat back. Shoulders peel away from your ears. And you pull the belly in and drop. Ribs to thighs. Certainly bend your knees a lot in your forward fold here. And do this twice more. Halfway lift. And fold. And once more. And fold. Beautiful. One more breath here, and then you're gonna press down on the exhale into your heels. Rise up halfway, hands come to your hips, and come on all the way up to stand. Release your palms to the front of the mat. Release your shoulders down away from your ears. Smooth out your breath. Lengthen inhale. And lengthen exhale. Next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up overhead. And let's take a hold of your left wrist. Plug down into your right. Sorry, I'm so used to mirroring. So you're holding your left wrist and you're plugging down into your left foot. And you're going to reach up, pull the left wrist up, and maybe take it to the right side of your mat just a little bit. Again, a little bit goes a long way here. Inhale, let's come back to center. Take a hold of your right wrist, plug down into your right foot, reach up, maybe tiny bit over. Inhale, come back to center, reach up, look up. And then maybe draw the biceps back by your ears just a little bit. Try not to flail your belly and your rib cage. Keep the belly pulled in and the rib cage lifting up. Re-straighten the spine, soften the elbows and soften the knees as you fold. Take a halfway lift, let's fill up. And just walk your hands forward, step your feet back, find your dog pose. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Pause, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, go back to down dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale to go back. One more time, inhale, come forward. This time, lower your knees down to the earth. Bend your elbows and lower your chest. And your chin, slide onto your belly. And then we're going to keep the hands. You could even scoot them back so they're a little bit more underneath your shoulders. And pin your elbows into your side. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, release your chest down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Once more, come up, inhale. Exhale, release down. Take your right arm, walk it to the side of the mat like a T. And then come up just like 10 degrees. So what you're gonna do is keep walking to the right, pushing to the left hand and roll onto your right shoulder. Your hips might stack. If your left foot is hanging in the air and it needs a place, it might step behind your right leg. Should feel really pretty juicy there to open up shoulders, right? We've all been probably spending a lot of time on computers, Left arm extends out like a T. Again, just like 10 degrees dialed up so you're not pinching the shoulder. The right hand's gonna come right underneath your armpit and then crawl to the left until you find the ankles and the hips stack and you find that really intense stretch on the left shoulder. And then use your breath to breathe into these spaces of tension. Exhale, come off the left shoulder. Hands slide underneath you. Press up into tabletop. Find the toes tucked and make your way into a downward facing dog. We'll connect some of the dots here onto the balls of your toes. Bend your knees, ribs back towards your thighs. Take a look forward and a walk forward to the top of your space, feet hip width distance. Long breath in, flat back. Exhale to release. Push down into the heels, rise all the way up. Deep breath in, overhead. Maybe there's a back bend here for you. And exhale, pull the belly in as you release ribs to thighs. Halfway lift, fill up. Plant the hands, step back into your plank pose. First vinyasa here, inhale, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Heart comes forward and up to upward facing dog. You're on the tops of your feet and your knees come off the earth. Exhale, back to down dog. Just gonna pause here. If that doesn't work for you or you're not looking for that much power this morning, please take a modified vinyasa. I love teaching the modification. You can be just as strong and get just as much breath. You just take your plank pose, right? You hold for a second, get strong in the belly, and then you lower the knees down. Keep the belly engaged. Look forward, lower your chest and your chin. Slide forward onto your belly. Take that same cobra shape that we've already practiced here. Roll the shoulders down and release. Thread back through tabletop into downward facing dog. Okay, so when I say vinyasa, you can take either of those options. They're both great. Let's bring the big toes to touch and push the right heel into the sky. Push equally through both hands. Bend the right knee. Open up the right hip. Try and lift your right hip point up. And then exhale, you're gonna bring the knee into the nose, step the right foot forward. If you have blocks or soup cans, you're gonna bring them to frame the right foot. And then lower the left knee down to the earth. Walk your hands up onto your hips. And settle into your low lunge. There's a bit of a press forward with your left hip and the right hip comes back a bit. Abdomen is engaged, lengthen on the side waist. Reach the arms up overhead. Again, clasp the thumbs. Lift up. Maybe biceps come back by the ears. Exhale, pull the belly in, float the hands down to your blocks and slide them underneath your shoulders. The right toes are gonna flex. Inhale, your heart's gonna come forward. Now, if you have any dizziness or vertigo, mom, just keep your chin lifting forward. You don't need to drop and tuck your head. Dropping the head down below the heart is going to cause the dizziness if you suffer from that. Keep the chest lifted forward. Even if you don't have vertigo, you can play with this idea of lengthening the back of the hamstring. It's a very different shape as to when you tuck and round the chin. Okay, so those both shapes can play there. We're gonna add just a little bit of flow here. So step back onto the right foot, sweep the arms up, exhale, float back down, slide into half Hanuman. Inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale, exhale. Inhale, come back up to your crescent lunge. Exhale, place the right hand onto the right hip. Again, working a side stretch all the way up the left side body. Reach your left fingertips up, up, up. Maybe side tilt a bit to the right. Make sure you feel all that stretch up the left side before you go further. Inhale, re-straighten the spine. You're going to take your left elbow and cross it over the right knee. Give a little push. Even take your right hand, grab your belly, and send it over to the right. You can push into the outer right hip. You can make a fist with this left hand and push into it to get nice and deep. One more breath here. Exhale to release it. Scoop your left knee back up. And swoop the right leg back up. Three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, place it down. Other side. Left leg goes up. Push through the left heel. Push equally into both hands. Bend the left knee. Open the left hip up. Exhale, draw left knee into your midline and step it forward. Get nice and long in your lunge. When you drop the right knee down, you want to have the left knee over the left ankle, hands up to hips. The right hip is pressing forward. The left hip presses back just a little bit. Sweep the arms up overhead. Clasp your thumbs opposite way. See if it's a little funky. It's the opposite way. And then lift up as you light your fingers up. Maybe there's a slight arch back. Beautiful. Release the hands down. Slide them until you find hands on blocks underneath your shoulders. Pop the left toes up, flex. Inhale, the chest comes forward. And exhale into any tension that you might be feeling in the back of your left leg. Little flow here. Inhale, look up, step onto left toes. Sweep the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, float the hands back to half Hanuman. Inhale, come up, lengthen. Exhale, go back. Great, one more time. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's come back into crescent lunge. Both arms lift up. Left arm is going to come to your hip. Reach up, up, up the right side. Maybe there's a tiny arch to the left. And all that little sticky stuff in the hip, the psoas, the front body, a little bit of the side body. Breathe into that. Softening on the exhale. Let's come back up to center. Both arms reach up. This time you're going to bring your right elbow, bend it over the left knee. Find that left hand maybe grabs the belly, spin it around to the left. Left hand pushes into the fist of the right hand. Peel yourself open. Breathing into the twist of the belly. Release the hands down. Push into the mat. Scoop your right knee up and sweep the left foot back to three-legged dog. Place the feet down to the earth. Awesome. Deep breath in. Let's open the mouth, sigh it out. Balls of the toes, bend the knees. Ribs go back towards your thighs. Look forward. Exhale, walk forward. Halfway lift, fill up. Exhale to fold. Push down, rise up, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, release hands down by your sides. We're going to take another side body stretch. So again, come all the way up. Grab a hold of your left wrist. Go up with the left wrist as you go down with the left heel. And just take a side body stretch to the right. Find that same shape you were in before. Then maybe add on by bumping your left hip to the left. The right foot's going to be kind of bent or loose. Maybe even steps in a little bit. Great. Come back to center. Steady onto both feet. Take a hold of the right wrist. Reach up. Side body stretch. Maybe bump your right hip out to the right. And this left bent knee maybe comes in, taps inward onto the ball of your toes. Breathe up the right side. Whew. Come back to center. Look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your legs. Great. Deep breath in. And just let yourself hang heavy here for a bit. You might take opposite elbows and ragdoll. If it feels good, you might wrap hands around the back of your shins. Or just let your hands be floating onto the earth. And, have some liberty here if it feels good to float left and right. One more breath here. And then let's plant the hands to the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. Bring the toes together to touch. Again, we'll take the right leg up. Push back through the heel. And bend the knee, open the hip. Deep breath in, open up. Exhale, draw knee into nose. Squeeze down the center. Step the right foot forward. I always like to have the blocks framing my feet in my lunge. We're going to stay high here and come up onto hands, hands to hips. Micro bend your left knee so you get that same action as when your left knee was down of the left hip coming forward, stretching the front of that hip. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up. Exhale, pull them down, dip the left knee down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. 3 more. In and out. In and out. Once more, and out. Inhale, let's come up. Exhale, float the hands down. Left hand stays in the center of your space. Right hand is gonna twist up, open. Again, you could bend this right hand, put it behind your head, and reach the right elbow point up. Whew, release the twist. Come back up into your high lunge. And then you're gonna spin the left heel down, warrior two shape. Okay, so sink right knee over right ankle. Extend your arms, maybe do a little wave, soften. Shoulders away from the ears, and then get super strong. Stretching, radiating both sides of the mat, both sides of the room. Sweep your left arm behind you. Flip your right palm. Peaceful warrior. Come up, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, float your right elbow to your right thigh. Push down into the thigh. Spin to the left. Left arm comes up, side angle. Again, bend left elbow. Come behind the head. Open up the armpit. And then release it down. Spin back onto the ball of your left foot. Come up, blocks or support that you have under the blocks, under the hands. Highest height. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, right toes come up, a bit of a flex to your pyramid shape. Little flow here, deep breath in. Lift the chest as you push back through your left heel. And deep breath out. Okay, one more time. And exhale back. Beautiful. Hands come to the earth. Right leg sweeps up and back. And then down to the mat. Smooth your breath out. As we get a little more heated in postures and work through the body, the breath might get a little unstable. Come back. It's gonna be deeper and fuller for sure. Left leg goes up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Right, so this is where you just dive deeper into a deep, full breath. Lengthen, inhale. Exhale, bring the knee into the nose and step it forward. Settle your legs for high lunge. And draw your hands to your hips, micro bend the right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, get strong, pull down, lower the knee. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, pull down. In and out. In and out. 3 more, lengthen. Exhale, pull. 2, pull. 1, pull. Come on up, lengthen. Exhale, float hands down to the blocks. Right hand centers. Left hand peels open. Release hands down. Come back up. Woo. Find your balance, and then you're gonna spin the right heel open. Find warrior 2. Soften, push outward into the outer right foot, down into the left heel. Flip your left palm. The right hand comes behind your low back, sweep up. Beautiful side body stretch. Sun's out here on the Cape. I hope it is where you are too. Left hand comes to the knee or down to the earth. Right hand comes up, side angle. Look under your right armpit. Bend the elbow, open up the chest. Deep breath in. And let's release it, hands down to the mat. Whoop. Left leg goes back up. Plant hands down to the earth and both feet to the earth. Let's bring the knees down, take a rest for a moment in child's pose. Okay, inhale, let's come back up. I prepared such a good class. There's a few more things I want to do, so bear with me here. We're going to come back up to downward facing dog. Of course, rest where you need to. We're going to bring the toes together to touch. Again, take the right leg into the sky. One breath here. Draw the knee into the nose, and we're going to step into our high lunge. So come on up, take your high lunge here, and then we'll float the hands down to the hips. This is where the balancing poses come in, right? So we've built some heat, we've built some strength, we've twisted to find our detoxification, right? For renewal and rebirth, detoxify. And balance, you're going to shift your weight forward. Hands are on your hips. Come up onto the ball of the left toe. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you float forward a little bit further. Staring at something that's not moving in front of you is helpful. Drishti. Maybe you come up onto the right foot. Dig down into the right heel. If you fall out, you come back. Left heel presses back. Full expression of warrior 3. Kick through your left heel. Reach the arms back. Step the left foot back. Sweep the arms up. Beautiful, nice work. Again, spin to warrior 2. This time we're going to straighten the arms and the right leg. Lengthen, get nice and tall. Neutralize the hips so that they're parallel to the earth. And then extend your arms. We're going to reach the right arm forward. You'll notice the right hip glides back. Get really long in the upper body. Exhale, hinge triangle. Right hand comes down. If your legs are super open and you've got a long enough stance for your actual wingspan, the hands will come to the earth. If not, go ahead and find a support here under the right hand. Left arm comes up. You can get a little bit lost in your triangle pose. That might mean you close your eyes. Or you let go of analyzing the pose and just be. I'm going to bring left hand to left hip. Micro bend the right knee. Maybe even draw it in a little bit. Bend onto the right knee. Lighten up the left side. If you have a block, it's going to come out in front of your right foot. You're going to kick into your left heel a lot. Legs are strong. Gaze is soft but sturdy onto something not moving. Of course, if you fall, who cares? No one's looking, right? We're at home, so just fall out, come back. Then we're gonna neutralize the hips to parallel the earth. Drop both hands to the earth and chin comes inward. Again, if dropping your head isn't good for you, you can keep your gaze up, head above the heart. And then you're gonna step back. Find both blocks, straighten that right leg. Should feel good. Set your feet up so that the left foot, you could walk it in a little bit. It's at 45 degrees, that back left foot. So left toes towards the edge of the mat. Your right foot is grounding down. This is your pyramid shape. Draw the right hip back. Push firmly into your left heel. Okay, stay with me here. Left hand in the center of your space. Right hand to your low back. So this song is Sunday Best. Highly recommend you listen to it if you can't hear it. This pose is so hard. I'm trying to distract you. You're drawing your right hip back. Keeping your chest firm. Twist. One more breath. Sunday Best. Never stressed. Exhale. Release. Step left foot to meet the right. And wiggle it out. Side to side. Little dance here. Come all the way up. Keep wiggling. Dancing. Side stretch. Just a little fluid movement here of the spine. Exhale, fold. Okay, let's come through halfway lift. We'll take a vinyasa here to rinse it out. We haven't done too many of those. Might feel nice here. Again, high. Exhale, low. Take your knees down if you're modifying. Bring your heart forward and up. Exhale, back to down dog. Okay, we still have to take the other side, so just a little bit longer. Left foot comes up. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Exhale, step it forward. Okay, find your high lunge. Sweep the arms up. Open up, warrior two. Maybe a little dance party here. Get deep in. And then we'll straighten everything up. Left leg straightens. Parallel your hips to the earth. So if there was a pencil across your hips, you want to have them parallel to the floor. And then your left arm is going to reach forward as your left hip goes back. So we're in triangle pose. Right arm is coming up. Okay. Awesome. Let's look forward. Bend the left knee. And then you're going to kind of lighten the right side of the body. Shift left hand in front of left foot. Push down into your left heel. Woo! Like I said, fall out if you need to. Push back through the right heel. Open up. Shoulders stacked. Notice your breath. Great. Release the right hand down. The right leg stays up for your standing split. And then step the right foot back. Bring blocks to frame. Left foot straighten. So now your right foot is in a bit. You're in pyramid pose. Right heel is down. Lengthen the chest forward. This time your right hip is drawing back. Right hand into the center of your space. Left hand to your low back. Look to the left. Stay with it. The left hip wants to creep up, pull it back, push back through the right heel. Awesome. Release this. And let's take a walk all the way down the right side of your mat. So you're gonna just fold into a wide straddle. You can take a little bit of movement here, left and right, or you can just be nice and still. What time is it? Okay, a few more minutes. You can walk your hands forward, release the head. And then rebend your left knee, walk around to the front, and step left foot back to meet the right. If you'd like another vinyasa here, you can take it or you can skip it. We're going to take the right knee, bend it, pull it in towards the right wrist, plant it down at the wrist. Walk your left toes back. Okay, and then find maybe a little scooch of the right foot over to the left for your pigeon pose. Sorry, everybody's having to jump back on. I don't know why, what Facebook Live, what it's doing, I don't know. Maybe on Instagram you only have so long. Anyway, pigeon pose. Look back over your left shoulder. Walking the left foot straight behind you. Take a moment to lift up. And we're actually going to crawl to the right side of the mat just a tiny bit. And the more you lift your left shoulder, you might dip the right ear. Find that lift. One more stretch of the psoas right out of the front of your left hip should feel really good. Awesome. Come back to center. Nice and long, lift up your chest. Exhale, crawl the chest forward. Try not to dump into the left or the right side. You can keep on your elbows. You don't have to come down at all. You can keep straight. And soften. Crawl yourself back up. Lengthen. Inhale, reach the chest up. And then you're going to plant your hands, scoop your left knee up. Scoop the right knee back. Wiggle it out. And then again, the right foot's going to step forward. Woo. But this time outside your right hand. And drop the left knee down. Lizard pose, left hand centers. I like to bring the right hand to my right thigh to twist it open one more time. If you're looking for a big quad stretch, you can also take your left knee, walk it back an inch, bend the left knee, and reach back. I find it cramps my left leg, so I don't do it. Lizard pose. Take your variation, hands underneath the shoulders. Feels good for me right now to just rock a little bit left and right. If you're craving to come down onto your forearms, you can do that. Okay, release. And slowly wiggle the toes back. Let's come onto the knees and sink into child's pose. So your knees are to touch, your toes are together. Just one breath here. Surrender the forehead down. And then we'll finish up the other side. Come on up. Left knee is gonna pull in towards left wrist. Place it down. The left foot comes over to the side and flexes. And then the right toes crawl back. Look back at your right heel. And let's walk. So like a proud pigeon, right? You wanna press down into the earth with the fingertips, lift your chest up. And here you can really get honest with yourself, feel your hips parallel. If you're over here, dumped onto your left butt cheek, you're not gonna get all of the benefit and stretch of this pose. We'll walk over to the left side just a little bit. See if you can find that lift, that lengthen out of the front of your right hip. Can't seem to find it on that side personally. Stay where you need to stay. If you're ready to come down, see if you can really keep the spine long and straight, not dumping over left or right. Slowly crawl yourself back up. Tuck the right toes, lifting the knee up, and walk it back. You're gonna take the left knee out to the side again, step it out wide. Drop the right knee down. So this could be your lizard pose right here. If you took the twist on the other side, right hand comes to the center, twist open to the left. If you bent the knee, you're gonna walk back, bend, and take hold. If you're taking a hold of that back right leg, once you have it, think about pressing your right hip forward and getting as much benefit of that quad stretch on the right that you can. So you always want to pause where you feel the greatest tension and don't push any further than the body will allow. Okay, there it is. So the stretch out of the front right hip I found here, crawling my upper body to the left. Right, so just goes to show you this practice is about shapes, but really self-exploration. Find what you need to find within the body. I'm really feeling like I need to come out of that right side. Okay, we'll come back, scoot this left leg back, carefully come out, bring the knees down. This time I might suggest Alasana, knees together, toes together, ribs to your thighs. Walk your hands back, curling up into the tiniest little shape that you can. Let the shoulder heads be heavy. Hands come underneath the shoulders, rise yourself up. Swing your legs forward. Scoot yourself forward and lay yourself all the way down. Take a gentle roll left and right on your low back. Bring the soles of your feet together as you place them down onto the earth. Let's bring hands over your hips. Deep breath in and out. Take the hands outside of your knees and draw them together. Draw the heels back towards your bum. Hands placed down onto the earth, brushing the backs of your heels. Push down into your heels, rise up the front of your hips. Maybe wiggle the shoulders underneath the body. And then as you press your hips forward and up to the sky, lift the chest up. If everything feels tense, see where you can soften. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Connect your back to the earth. Walk your feet a little bit and roll the knees together. One more shape here. Grab either a block, a blanket, a bolster, something to come under the base of your spine. Inversions are also really, really nice for the spring equinox. Moving the blood flow. You can also take a chair. If you wish, you could put your legs on the seat of a chair, and that could be your inversion. Let the knees be soft here. So just hanging, let the legs hang. Open your arms out wide. Let everything settle in the upper body. You could stay here for Shavasana. You could stay here for a few extra minutes. When you're ready, it should feel really nice to let everything come down. Feel that movement of energy and into your Shavasana, like dust settling to the ground. Again, being at home, you can stay in Shavasana for a few extra minutes. You could set a timer on your phone. 8 minutes, 8 minutes would be really nice. Just to honor everybody's time here and the length of my class, normally I'm going to have you come up. Knees hug into the chest. And roll onto your right side. Let's plug the forehead down into the mat, connecting to your practice and whatever it served for you today. And then you'll gently press up with your left hand. And we'll come into a seat the way we started. Hips up. And just find a nice tall spine in your seat. Hands drop down, maybe in cups in the front of your lap, in the middle of your lap. I like to read oftentimes from Melanie Beattie's Journey to the Heart. And today's reading is just perfect for the spring equinox that we are celebrating. Nurture the Seasons of Your Soul is the title. Study nature's ways. Learn her rhythms, her seasons, her cycles. See how she hibernates and rests during the cold winter, using that time to replenish and heal. See how she bursts forth in a slow crescendo of green and bright colors over the spring, rejoicing in the inevitable new growth. See how she gives her all, her grandest performance over the summer months before gradually descending into the final bursts of changing colors of autumn. Watch her cool down, return to her depth, and again take time to replenish. These same seasons are within us. There is time to take action, to be busily involved with creating and doing, participating and giving. There are quieter times when we are being prepared for those times of activity. We cannot give and give without taking time to replenish ourselves. There are times of gentle growth when the first blades of grass, the first signs of spring begin to emerge in our lives. Whether those signal a new stage of personal growth, a new stage in a love relationship, or the first buds of life on a project we're creating. And each season, each time leads into the next. There's a purpose and a value in each day of your life, in each season of your life. Nurture your times of action, of creating, of doing, and value your quieter times of going within. The more you study nature, the more you will learn about yourself. Nurture and trust the seasons of your soul. Bring the hands together to touch in your heart space. And take a deep breath into whether you are feeling this is a season of rebirth and renewal, that you're sort of hibernating, and when we all come out of our shells, you will be birthing alive. Or maybe you're still very much in that inward energy, right? Still sort of not yet ready for the spring bulbs to open up. Tuck your chin, bowing in gratitude first and foremost to yourself. And then we'll bring our thumbs up to our third eye and bow to one another for sharing in this practice. The love and the light within me honors and bows deeply to the love and the light within each of you.